Chapter 1. The enchanting demon devours its master right from the start. Lin Yuan City. In front of the beast-taming summoning altar, shadows flickered. The summoning array on the altar flickered with white light, illuminating each student's nervous and expectant face. Excellent! It's at the excellent level. My guardian beast is only at the ordinary level. I'm finished. Among the students present, there were exclamations, joy, disappointment, and frustration. The teacher in charge of the ceremony looked calm, his gaze sweeping over each student. The beast-taming summon is completely random, and the probability of summoning a high-quality guardian beast is less than 1 in 10,000. Even if the summoning result isn't ideal, you still have the chance to become stronger through effort. Though his voice was not loud, it clearly reached everyone's ears. In the crowd, a handsome youth was bewilderedly looking around. Strange world, strange vocabulary, strange rules. He looked down at his palm and then raised his head towards the altar, emitting mysterious energy, finally confirming one thing: he, Ji Yuxing, had crossed over. Fortunately, as a transmigrator, he quickly accepted the memories of this body. However, after organizing the information in his mind, he couldn't help but twitch the corners of his mouth. Alternate space invasion? Nationwide beast taming? Parents deceased. In his previous life, though poor, at least there was no danger to life. But in this world, one careless mistake and you could be scattered to the winds by alternate space monsters. Next, Ji Yuxing. The teacher's call suddenly came from the altar, drawing him back to reality. Ji Yuxing took a deep breath and stepped up to the altar. The teacher made a tick on the list and nodded at him. At this moment, Ji Yuxing stood in front of the array, his heart racing. This altar could connect to the alternate space and summon guardian beasts. This was the only chance for a civilian beastmaster to reverse fate. As long as he summoned a guardian beast with high talent, he could soar into the sky. Place your hand on the summoning array and relax. Following the teacher's guidance, Ji Yuxing slowly raised his hand, his palm resting on the array. In an instant, a pillar of purple light shot skyward. The entire scene fell into silence. The next second, purple. Purple? Damn! A guardian beast with epic talent. The last time an epic talent guardian beast appeared in Lin Yuan City, it was a year ago. Ji Yuxing, what kind of luck does this guy have? Even the teacher, who had been indifferent, suddenly had his pupils constrict. An epic-level guardian beast. What does this mean? It means that his summoning ceremony record will be inscribed into the history of Lin Yuan City. His fame will resonate throughout the city with the birth of this guardian beast. He suddenly looked up, his gaze locked on the center of the altar. However, an even more shocking scene appeared, a humanoid beast companion. How is this possible? The forms of guardian beasts are varied, but humanoid beast companions are the rarest and most precious. Because humanoid means higher intelligence, stronger potential, and perfect battle adaptability. This is a guardian beast that only the true chosen ones can obtain. As the purple light gradually dissipated, a slender figure slowly walked out. It was a girl. Her skin was as snow, behind her, a pair of small bat wings fluttered lightly, and every step carried an enchanting allure. Enchanting demon! The teacher immediately identified the type of this guardian beast. He took a deep breath, suppressing his shock, and explained in a deep voice, enchanting demon, a dark element epic-level guardian beast. Though its direct combat power is slightly inferior to its peers, its intelligence far surpasses ordinary beast companions, and its growth potential is immense. Cultivate it well, and you are sufficient to rank among the top 10 geniuses in Lin Yuan City. However, at this moment, Ji Yuxing was in no mood to listen to the teacher's analysis. Because a semi-transparent attributes panel suddenly appeared before his eyes. Enchanting demon, unnamed, status, uncontracted, talent, epic 2 stars, level, tier 0, attributes, dark element, spiritual type, skills, desire absorption, enchanting eyes, cultivation suggestions, use dark night crystal, fallen feather, and can improve this guardian beast's talent. Ji Yuxing stared at the attributes panel in front of him, his heart surging with waves. This is a cheat code. As far as he knew, no one in this world could directly view a guardian beast's detailed data, let alone have a clear cultivation plan. What does this mean? It means that as long as he follows the panel's guidance, he has the potential to cultivate this enchanting demon's talent to epic 9 stars, and even legendary level. While his heart was pounding, the enchanting demon gently walked before him, obediently snuggling at his side. The teacher seemed to think of something and immediately reminded in a deep voice, Ji Yuxing, quickly sign a contract with the guardian beast to avoid any long dream. Ji Yuxing was about to nod, screech. A sharp bird cry tore through the sky. Everyone looked up to see a massive turquoise bird with a wingspan exceeding 5 meters diving down, the whirlwind causing the flags around the altar to flutter. The bird landed, and a middle-aged man in luxurious robes lightly jumped off. His face was plastered with a fake smile while his gaze was firmly locked on the enchanting demon beside Ji Yuxing. Congratulations, Teacher Wang. Hosting a ceremony summoned an epic talent guardian beast. This is big news for Lin Yuan City. Chen Shan cupped his hands, his tone cordial like that of old friends. Teacher Wang sneered, how come Boss Chen, so busy with countless tasks, has time to come to this little altar? Ah, the altar is the foundation of Lin Yuan City, so naturally, I must often come to care. Chen Shan replied with a smile, but his steps did not stop, heading directly toward Ji Yuxing. Student here, he feigned warmth and patted Ji Yuxing on the shoulder. My son is also in his senior year, he needs a strong guardian beast. How about transferring your epic level 1 to me? The intentions revealed. Ji Yuxing's pupils contracted, instantly understanding the man's intention. Chen Shan, the controller of the largest chamber of commerce in Lin Yuan City. He actually wants to forcibly take his enchanting demon. Ji Yuxing instinctively looked towards Teacher Wang. Longxia's law states that without the Beastmaster's consent, no one can forcibly seize a summoned guardian beast. That means as long as you disagree, no one can take your guardian beast today. With the teacher's assurance, Ji Yuxing felt slightly relieved. He took a deep breath and looked directly at Chen Shan. Sorry, I refuse. Chen Shan's smile remained unchanged as though he foresaw this answer. Don't rush to refuse. He slowly raised a finger. 10 million. This amount of money is enough for you to buy an excellent talent guardian beast and still have resources left to cultivate it. He squinted his eyes, his tone enticing. Cultivating an epic talent guardian beast is tremendously costly. You're just an ordinary student, why hold on? It's better to take the money for something practical. Perhaps others would be tempted by this offer. But Ji Yuxing merely sneered. What a joke! With a system at hand, the enchanting demon's growth route is clearly visible, potentially breaking through to legendary level in the future. A mere 10 million? Can't even buy a single feather. He was about to firmly refuse again. I think he's making sense. A weak voice suddenly emerged from his side. Ji Yuxing stiffened all over, incredulously turning his head. The speaker was none other than the enchanting demon snuggled at his side. Chapter 2, 20 million. No negotiation. As soon as the enchanting demon finished speaking, the entire altar plunged into a deadly silence. Their eyes were fixed on her. Under such scrutiny, a hint of embarrassment appeared on the enchanting demon's face. But her body quietly shifted away from Ji Yuxing and even moved half a step closer to Chen Shan. Betrayal! Ji Yuxing was struck like lightning, frozen in place. In this world, a guardian beast betraying its master is more absurd than the sun rising from the west. You must know, to a guardian beast, a summoner is akin to its life-giving parent. The vast majority of guardian beasts would rather die on the battlefield than betray their masters. But this enchanting demon before him. Ji Yuxing stared at her intently. That pure and demure face remained innocuous. But in his eyes at this moment, it seemed like a meticulously disguised facade, concealing beneath it nothing but calculation and greed. Yet in the next moment, Ji Yuxing suddenly smiled. When misfortune arises, it might turn into a blessing. Rather than keeping a ticking time bomb by your side, it's better to see the true face early on. What of an epic-level guardian beast? His golden finger enables him to cultivate not just one of them. Even if he replaced it with an ordinary guardian beast, under his cultivation, give him time and it can still reach the peak. Interesting. Ji Yuxing chuckled, shaking his head. It seems some people, no, some beasts, don't understand even the most basic loyalty. On the other side, Chen Shan was first taken aback, then his smile grew even brighter. I've long heard that the enchanting demon tribe is exceptionally intelligent, and today it truly lives up to its reputation. Miss Enchanting Demon, as long as you're willing to follow my son, our Chen family will spare no resources to cultivate you. While saying this, he didn't forget to look mockingly at Ji Yuxing. Student, your guardian beast has spoken. You wouldn't make things difficult for her, would you? Nonsense. Wang Yi, who had observed the scene entirely, stepped forward sharply and cursed. Wang Yi, a retiree from the battlefield, was extremely disgusted by Chen Shan's power-pressuring behavior. The Longxia beast-taming technique clearly stipulates that guardian beast transactions must be agreed upon by the summoner. When did it become the guardian beast's decision? He turned to Ji Yuxing, eyes blazing. As long as you shake your head today, nobody will take her away today. This sentence once again focused everyone's attention on Ji Yuxing. The wind on the altar suddenly stopped. Ji Yuxing slowly turned to look at the enchanting demon, whose eye showed a plea, yearning for freedom. This guardian beast can't wait to leave him? He suddenly laughed, a laugh both mocking and relieved. Mr. Chen, Ji Yuxing's voice was frighteningly calm. I agree to this transaction. Joy appeared simultaneously on the faces of Chen Shan and the enchanting demon, but before they could relax, however, these two words instantly raised their hearts to their throats. Double the price, 20 million. Boom! This number was like a thunderbolt, causing Chen Shan's face to change dramatically. You must know, the market price for a regular epic-level guardian beast is only around 8 million. Offering 10 million is already considered an overvaluation purchase, yet the kid dares to raise the price. Young brother, this price. Chen Shan suppressed his anger, trying to negotiate. No negotiation. Ji Yuxing directly interrupted him, his voice as cold as ice. If Mr. Chen isn't willing to pay this price, I'd rather send her off for destruction. Crack! The enchanting demon's facade instantly collapsed. As a spiritual-type guardian beast, she could clearly feel the killing intent in Ji Yuxing's words. This man is serious. Wah! Facing death, she could no longer maintain that pitiful facade. She looked at Chen Shan, terrified, eyes full of pleading. This was her only chance at life. Meanwhile, Chen Shan's expression was cloudy and unsure. 20 million isn't a big deal for him, but being controlled like this by a novice makes him feel stifled. He squinted at this young man before him, and the way the other stood resolutely made him even angrier. But thinking of his son, he forcefully suppressed this grievance. Let's secure this guardian beast first, as for the rest. The days ahead are long. Okay, I agree with you. Chen Shan almost gritted his teeth to push out these words. Ji Yuxing said nothing more, decisively terminating the temporary contract with the enchanting demon. Rescued, the enchanting demon immediately cast grateful eyes at Chen Shan, her voice sweet as honey. I will definitely assist your son well. Having achieved his goal, Chen Shan snorted coldly and left with the enchanting demon. Meanwhile, Mr. Wang sighed lightly as he patted Ji Yuxing's somewhat lost shoulder. I've seen such things many times, but a guardian beast betraying its master. He shook his head. That's certainly the first time. However, this might not be a bad thing. At least it let you see her true face. With this money, you can surely pick a superior grade guardian beast and cultivate well. Thank you, Mr. Wang. After bidding farewell to Wang Yi, Ji Yuxing walked alone out of the summoning altar. The sunset drew his shadow long, and the strange buildings on both sides of the street and the various guardian beasts walking around reminded him that this was no longer the original world. He took a deep breath, suppressing the complex emotions in his heart. The most urgent task right now is to quickly establish a contract with a guardian beast, no matter the talent. Without a guardian beast, I can't participate in the school selection 10 days later. Ji Yuxing murmured lowly, frowning unconsciously. The college entrance exam system in this world is completely different from his previous life. The harsh 3-round elimination system, with the first round being the school selection held 10 days later. Each academy allows only the top 100 to advance, and he is now dangerously close to the qualification threshold. Thinking of this, Ji Yuxing couldn't help but clench his fist. If that enchanting demon hadn't betrayed him, 10 days would be enough to gather materials for the first cultivation. If the epic-level enchanting demon further improved, even if he couldn't take first place in school assessment, he could surely enter the top 10. But now, his knuckles turned white from gripping hard, forcing himself to calm down. At least there's still 20 million. This hefty sum is enough to purchase a superior talent guardian beast from the beast taming shop. Although it can't compare to the epic talent of the enchanting demon, he has no other choice now. Ji Yuxing raised his hand to hail a taxi drawn by two-footed drakes, and after entering the cabin, he said in a deep voice, "Master, take me to the beast taming shop, the largest one in Lin Yuan City." Chapter 3, Angel with Broken Wings. The beast taming shop is the largest shop in Lin Yuan City, responsible for regulating the flow of resources from the alternate space. Here, not only are various guardian beasts captured from the alternate space sold, but rare materials, evolution potions, and even rare treasures are also available. Ji Yuxing stood before the grand entrance of the Beast Taming Association, looking up. The entire building was pyramid-shaped, consisting of 5 levels, each corresponding to different tiers: common, elite, excellent, epic, legendary. Of course, the top legendary leveled area was empty all year round, with only a few rare materials from the alternate space occasionally on display, for people to admire. The 4th level's epic leveled area also contained only a small portion of epic materials, priced so high it left one speechless. Ji Yuxing did not stop at the 1st level and went directly to the 3rd level, the excellent level guardian beast section. In the spacious hall, dozens of guardian beasts of various forms were kept in specially designed energy cages, each marked with detailed information and price. Ji Yuxing's eyes scanned over them, and their attributes panels automatically appeared in his view: Mystic Snake, Talent, Excellent 3 stars, Level, Tier 0, Skills, Poisonous Fang Bite, Spirit Cat, Talent, Excellent 1 star, Level, Tier 0, Skills, Agile Evasion. The prices of these guardian beasts generally ranged from 500,000 to 1 million, with higher talents commanding higher prices. Ji Yuxing finally stopped in front of a wolf-shaped guardian beast. This was the highest talent one on the entire 3rd level: Grey Wolf, Talent, Excellent 3 stars, Attributes, Wind Element, Level, Tier 0, Skills, Gale Claw Strike, Cultivation Suggestion, Wind Spirit Grass, Hurricane Crystal. Looking at these guardian beasts with only a single skill each, Ji Yuxing furrowed his brows slightly. Although excellent level guardian beasts were already considered a good choice, compared to the epic level enchanting demon, the gap was simply too great. Moreover, he had 20 million funds, fully capable of pursuing a higher ceiling. "Hello, are there any other guardian beasts at the Beast Taming Association?" He stopped a staff member, unwilling to give up, and asked. "Hello, customer, the ones on display are all the guardian beasts the shop has obtained this year. Excellent talent." He stared at that grey wolf, and the 3-star talent was already hard to come by for ordinary beast masters. But having seen the skill panel of the epic level enchanting demon, this talent of guardian beast held no attraction in his eyes. Moreover, to cultivate such a guardian beast to the level of the enchanting demon, even 20 million might not suffice. However, just as he was about to turn away in disappointment, the staff suddenly called out to him. "Wait! There's another place." Ji Yuxing turned sharply. His movement was so quick that the staff instinctively stepped back half a pace. "Where?" The staff, startled by Ji Yuxing, explained. "It's like this, because we only display the guardian beasts obtained each year. And those that did not sell in past years are uniformly managed in the logistics department. It's just that, customer, please don't hold too much hope, as those guardian beasts are all left as defective items after others have chosen." Hearing this news, the hope in Ji Yuxing's heart that had just ignited, extinguished once again. How could there possibly be a guardian beast with decent talent left among those picked over defective products? But adhering to the philosophy of "since I'm here," after hesitating for a moment, Ji Yuxing decided to head to the logistics department for a look. Even if there was no gain in the logistics department, he could still return to the 3rd floor to contract the Grey Wolf. However, you have to hurry, or they will be sent for destruction soon. Logistics department. The lighting was dim and oppressive. A silver-haired girl curled up in the corner, hugging her knees tightly, her face deeply buried in her arms. Around her, a few guardian beasts of different shapes were quietly waiting for their fate's judgment as well. A shadow leopard missing a leg, a spirit fox blind from birth. They had been the defective items no one claimed for an entire year. "Time's up." The metal hinges emitted an ear-piercing groan as a young man in uniform pushed the door open and entered. Today was the beast summoning day in Lin Yuan City, and it was also the end for these guardian beasts. The association was not a charity, having kept them for a year was already benevolence to the utmost. Destroying them would also allow for some material recovery, making the best use of everything. Hearing the footsteps, the guardian beast stood up woodenly. Yet the most striking figure was still the silver-haired girl. When she raised her head, her silver hair cascaded down like a waterfall, and a pair of amber eyes were set on her delicate face, as if an angel had descended to the mortal world. No, she was an angel. The staff member sighed. A year ago, this angel of epic talent's descent to Lin Yuan City had caused a sensation. Unfortunately, congenital flaws made her even inferior to ordinary guardian beasts, and she couldn't upgrade through a contract. Such defective goods had little left even in terms of recovery value. Let's go. Just as he was about to lead the way, a series of hurried footsteps approached from afar. Wait! Ji Yuxing rushed into the room, panting heavily, his bangs soaked with sweat. It took him half an hour of wandering through the maze-like beast-taming shop to finally find this secluded logistics department. His gaze swept across the room, instantly attracted by that sliver silhouette. The attributes interface popped up instantly: Angel, Liu Li, status, uncontracted, cannot contract due to damaged wings, talent, epic 9 stars, level, tier 0, skills, holy light judgment, wings of heaven, divine lament, special state, congenital flaw, damaged wings, negative state, cannot level up, cultivation suggestion, use angel's feather, radiant star dust, holy spirit stone, to heal injuries. Ji Yuxing's pupils suddenly shrank. An epic 9 stars talent guardian beast. This was the highest talent guardian beast he had seen so far. Just one step away from the legendary level. Moreover, epic level guardian beasts typically had only 2 skills, yet Liu Li had as many as 3 skills. However, his eyes unconsciously shifted to her back. Where there should have been a pair of sacred wings, there was nothing but emptiness. This was the reason why she was overlooked by everyone. But the system provided a repair plan: Angel's Feather 1, Radiant Star Dust 3, Holy Spirit Stone 1. And these 3 materials, coincidentally, were all available at the beast-taming shop. Ji Yuxing's heart started pounding fiercely. It was her. This was the guardian beast he was searching for. As long as her injuries were healed, her talent would completely surpass that of the enchanting demon. Ji Yuxing took a deep breath and slowly walked up to the staff member. Hello, I want to buy that angel. How much is she? At those words, Liu Li's pupils suddenly contracted. She slowly lifted her head, her amber eyes reflecting the silhouette standing in the light. Was he talking about her? For over 300 days and nights, she had curled up in this dark corner, harboring expectations countless times, only to be disappointed countless times. In the end, she became numb and could no longer dare to hope that anyone would take a second look at her. But at this moment, this stranger human unexpectedly pointed at her. She felt as if an invisible hand was tightly clutching her heart, making it hard to breathe. Did he really know what he was choosing? Someone who shouldn't even dare to hope. Yet why did her heart still somehow feel a twinge of pain? Chapter 4: He is like a god. Ji Yuxing's act of selecting a guardian beast from the defective products area left the staff momentarily stunned. Excuse me, are you referring to that angel guardian beast? Yes, how much is it? Ji Yuxing repeated. The staff awkwardly rubbed their hands. I'm sorry, but I'm not in charge of that. He hurriedly contacted the supervisor and soon got a reply. For just 10,000 Longxia coins, you can take this guardian beast home. Although it's a defective product, it's still of epic quality. Ji Yuxing made the payment swiftly and decisively. Soon, the two arrived at the contract room. Liu Li stood at the edge of the contract array, her silver hair cascading down, covering her slightly trembling shoulders. Should she really enter into a contract? Her fingertips unconsciously twisted the hem of her clothes, the fabric bunching up in her palm. A guardian beast like herself. Liu Li bit her lower lip, a layer of mist covering her amber eyes. I'm sorry. I can't enter a contract with you. I'm an incomplete guardian beast. Her voice, tinged with a sob, sounded like a wronged little beast. In preparation for the contract array, Ji Yuxing looked up in surprise. Seeing Liu Li's tear-streaked face, he finally realized he had neglected the feelings of the guardian beast. Don't underestimate yourself, you are a very exceptional guardian beast. Ji Yuxing looked firmly at Liu Li, trying to convey some faith to the distraught girl. No, I'm not. Liu Li emotionally covered her face. I can't even do the most basic upgrades. I understand your problem. Ji Yuxing stepped forward, his hands resting on her trembling shoulders, but I have a way to solve it. Really? Liu Li suddenly froze, lifting her tearful eyes. If I didn't have confidence, why would I choose you? Ji Yuxing pointed to the calendar on the wall. The assessment is in 10 days, no one would risk their future. As soon as Ji Yuxing finished speaking, there was a knock at the door. The staff delivered the materials he had just ordered, costing him almost all of his 20 million. I have the materials now, would you like to try? Upon hearing this, the little angel's body trembled slightly, her heart beating rapidly. Though she knew the chances of recovering from her wounds were slim. But what if? Under Ji Yuxing's encouraging gaze, Liu Li followed the instructions and used the 3 materials one by one. The next moment, a dense purple light suddenly surged from Liu Li's wounds. This light was deeper than that seen when summoning the enchanting demon at the altar, almost tangible, as if it would engulf the entire room. And even more astonishing, amid the billowing purple light, a hint of brilliant gold emerged. This is... Ji Yuxing's pupils shrank, and before he could think further, the gold spread rapidly like a wildfire. Gold? Legendary talent? How is that possible? Ji Yuxing's breath hitched. The system-provided materials were clearly for healing wounds. Why did they trigger talent evolution? Unless Liu Li's wounds were inherently shackling her potential. As his thoughts raced, the golden light fully enveloped the room. From Liu Li's back wound, a pure white wing slowly unfolded, snow-white and spotless. The wings gently enfolded Liu Li, eventually transforming into a giant light cocoon. Boom! An invisible wave suddenly erupted, piercing the roof and rushing into the sky. In the city lord's mansion, the city lord of Lin Yuan, Xie Xiu, leaned on the sandalwood chair, lightly tapping the rim of his cup, savoring the rare leisure. Without the invasion of alternate spaces, even the tea fragrance was extraordinarily fresh. Yet in the next second, crash! The green porcelain teacup suddenly slipped from his fingers, shattering on the stone floor. Xie Xiu remained unaware, his pupils contracted sharply as he stood up, gazing out the window. Just now, an expansive and profound aura descended from the sky, enveloping the whole Lin Yuan city. The aura was divine and majestic, like a glimpse from a deity, fleeting yet overwhelming. Someone. Xie Xiu's voice suddenly turned sharp. Immediately investigate all surrounding alternate space fissures. The guards hurriedly obeyed, while Xie Xiu's brows only furrowed deeper. Such an extraordinary phenomenon could only be triggered by 2 possible events: either the barrier of an alternate space loosened, leaking a terrifying presence, or a legendary talent guardian beast was born. As for a legendary talent guardian beast, how's that possible? Xie Xiu mockingly shook his head, dismissing the second guess outright. Lin Yuan City, a border town like this, treasures even epic talent guardian beasts dearly, let alone a legend? Little did he know, in the contract room of the beast-taming shop, Ji Yuxing stared at the luminous screen before him, his throat involuntarily moving. Holy Angel, Liu Li, status, uncontracted, talent, legendary 1-star, level, tier 0, skills, judgment, increased damage to demon race creatures, divine protection, immune to 1 fatal attack, blazing angel form, all attributes enhanced by 200%, Song of the End, angel enters a dormant period after use, cultivation advice, use light crystal, Holy Spirit marrow liquid, legendary level. It really happened. Ji Yuxing took a deep breath, striving to calm his widely beating heart. Legendary and epic are entirely different concepts. But if this angel, like the previous enchanting demon, then... A hint of coldness flashed in Ji Yuxing's eyes. His willingness to spend 20 million on healing this angel's wounds naturally came with the assurance of measures within the beast-taming shop to prevent guardian beast betrayal. However, with a swish, a silver-white figure suddenly fell on one knee, wings gently unfolding, scattering fine brilliance under the light. Liu Li raised her head, her clear amber eyes filled with undisguised determination. Holy Angel Liu Li requests to become your guardian beast. When that resolute voice rang out, Ji Yuxing's taut nerves finally relaxed. He slowly curved his lips, a smile spreading from the depths of his eyes. An immense relief. In this world, not all guardian beasts are as cold-hearted as that enchanting demon. The kneeling young girl looked up, the pure white wings shimmered like pearls in the light, her golden eyes brimming with determination, yet tinged with cautious hope. Seeing the girl anxiously awaiting his response, he took a deep breath, solemnly extending his hand. Liu Li, welcome to being my first guardian beast. As Ji Yuxing's words fell, a teardrop gently slid over the girl's porcelain white cheek. This moment, she had waited for so long. Countless days and nights, she curled up in the cold corner of the shop, surrounded by whispers of defective products, unwanted waste, failed product with incomplete wings. And now, she finally had her moment. The solitary pain she had endured, the despair known to none. At this moment, all transformed into the most precious gift. So, it turns out God truly does show mercy to an angel forgotten by the world. Chapter 5, Novice Trial. By the time the two completed their contract and left the beast-taming shop to return home, it was already dusk. Ji Yuxing pushed open the door, and a familiar figure made him freeze in place. Sister! Ji Yu Qianquan turned at the sound, her chestnut ponytail drawing a graceful arc in the air. Xiaoxing, you're back. She waved with a smile, come and eat. Since Ji Yu Qianquan was admitted to the National Academy, the siblings hadn't seen each other for half a year. At the dinner table. Sister, why did you come back so suddenly? I took a mission in Linyuan City, and happened to pass by, so I came back to see you. Her gaze landed on Liu Li, who was sitting upright, and a flicker of curiosity appeared in her eyes. Is this your guardian beast? At this moment, the young girl straightened her back, her hands neatly placed on her knees. Upon hearing Ji Yu Qianquan's question, she suddenly gave a standard 90-degree bow, her forehead hitting the table with a bang. Hello, sister! Ji Yu Qianquan was startled at first, then laughed at the adorable reaction. No need to be so formal, we're family from now on. Only then did Liu Li raise her head, her face flushed red, nodding like a pecking chick. As the laughter subsided, Ji Yu Qianquan's expression gradually became serious. She put down her chopsticks and looked straight into Ji Yuxing's eyes. Xiaoxing, you must seize the opportunity in tomorrow's newbie trial space. The military has isolated a safe zone in the alternate space. The highest monster level is only 5. This is the best opportunity for newcomers. And the newbie trial can only be entered once. It's the only buffer given by the military. Ji Yuxing nodded silently. Once entering the true alternate space, even commander-level beastmasters could encounter misfortune. The world's levels are divided into Awakening, Extraordinary, Commander, Monarch. Each major level is further divided into 10 substages. Currently, he is merely standing at the lowest Awakening level, so he needs to be extremely cautious. Grasping every opportunity to grow quickly is his primary task at the moment. The meal ended quickly with Ji Yu Qianquan's reminders. With a mission at hand, Ji Yu Qianquan didn't stay long. She only took a few hours leave to come back for a visit. Seeing her brother safe and sound, she felt at ease. In a blink, the next day arrived. The entrance to the newbie trial space was bustling with activity. Countless students gathered here, either seeking to form teams or looking for someone strong to follow. Although it's a newbie trial space, a single misstep could cost one's life. Therefore, for commoners, teaming up is the best choice. Looking for an offensive beast, our team is for short of one. Anyone big willing to take me along? I'm a healer-type beast, and also a sweet 36D girl, promised to behave once inside the trial space. Whoa! A humanoid beast. Where did this boss come from? Quick, looking for a team. A humanoid beast signifies powerful combat ability. As Ji Yuxing led Liu Li in, they instantly attracted countless gazes. But soon, everyone understood the identity of this humanoid beast. Isn't that Ji Yuxing? Didn't he sell his summoned humanoid beast to the Chen family? Where did this humanoid beast by his side come from? I remember, this beast was summoned at the altar last year. She's supposed to be a dud. Contracting with a beast that can't level up at all, has he completely given up? This time, no one dared to team up with him, and they moved slightly away from him. Bringing a dud beast into the team, isn't that just courting death? This made Ji Yuxing even happier. There were so many people at the trial entrance, people like him who came later couldn't even squeeze in. Now it's fine, the crowd automatically parted, and the path ahead was clear without obstruction. Under everyone's gaze, Ji Yuxing calmly walked to the entrance. What a strange guy. Looking at him, is he planning to not team up and enter the trial space alone? Isn't he just looking for death? Ji Yuxing completely ignored these whispers, just as he intended to register with Liu Li to enter the trial space. Suddenly, an odd voice came from behind. Yo Tilda, isn't this that who? Chen Ziming walked over, holding the enchanting demon close, deliberately rubbing his temples as if trying to think. Ji Yu, what was it again? The enchanting demon in his arms immediately caught on, responding coquettishly, Master, his name is Ji Yuxing Tilda. Ah yes, Ji Yuxing. Chen Ziming exaggeratedly slapped his forehead, a sneer flashing in his eyes. Speaking of which, I have to thank you. If it weren't for your generous offer, how could I have contracted such an excellent beast? Saying so, he pinched the enchanting demon's waist hard with his right hand. Master. The enchanting demon let out a coy moan, rolling her eyes secretly but quickly putting on a sycophantic smile. Only by being with a genius like you, Master, can I truly realize my value. Witnessing this, those around chimed in, how can a commoner like him compare to young Master Chen? An epic-level beast can only truly unleash its power in young Master Chen's hands. Moreover, he's now contracted with a dud beast, so even more, he can't compare to young Master Chen. Exactly, in this trial, young Master Chen is sure to sweep the field and take first place. The newbie trial space, specially built by the military at great cost, is valued far beyond a simple upgrade venue. All magic beasts placed in it are implanted with special markers, each successfully killed by a trial taker automatically accrues points. Outside the trial space, the military has set up a precise monitoring system, tracking each trial taker's point changes in real time. This system not only records final results but also accurately assesses a trial taker's combat talent and growth potential through the rate of points acquisition. The collected information will all be recorded into the system and used as the final evaluation for the college entrance exam. Ji Yuxing looked at Chen Ziming and the others' performance with a calm expression, even carrying a faint smile on his lips. When a person's strength is far above others, they can face others' taunts with ease. Only the weak get angry over some insults. Clearly, with a contract of a legendary-level beast, Ji Yuxing is not weak. However, beside him, the young girl was trembling with anger, her silver teeth clenched, her pink fists clenched white-knuckled, about to rush forward to argue. Liu Li. Ji Yuxing timely reached out to stop her. The most important thing now is the newbie trial, don't let them affect your mindset. Liu Li looked up into Ji Yuxing's calm eyes, and the fury churning in her chest gradually subsided. She took a deep breath and nodded heavily. However, in her heart, she vowed that next time she would give it her all. She must show everyone that her master is truly first. The real number one. Chapter 6, Elite Tier 2 Magic Beast, Instant Kill. After leaving the entrance, he and Liu Li passed through a blue light gate, and the scene before them suddenly changed. At this moment, they found themselves in a vast forest, the sky grey and overcast, with mist enveloping all around, cold and desolate. Although all the students entered the same secret realm, as long as they didn't enter simultaneously, they would be randomly assigned to some part of this space. Ji Yuxing took out a timer and set it for 4 hours. The newbie trial space has a 4-hour time limit. Once time runs out, they will be transported out. Time is tight and the task is heavy. They must find a magic beast and kill it at the fastest speed possible to rapidly level up Liu Li. Meanwhile, Liu Li's wings unfolded, hovering in the air, her little face full of seriousness, completely devoid of the usual unreliability. Master, don't worry, with me here, you definitely won't have any problems. A beast master in the awakening stage can be said to have no difference from ordinary people. In this space, a single careless mistake could cost them their lives. This situation only alleviates once reaching the extraordinary realm. At that time, the Beastmaster's physical quality will greatly increase, and they will also be able to contract a second guardian beast. Additionally, when a Beastmaster breaks through to the extraordinary realm, they will awaken a talent ability unique to them. This is the key to truly distinguishing the strong from the weak. For this reason, the extraordinary realm is recognized as the most critical watershed on the path of cultivation for a Beastmaster. A powerful talent often allows a Beastmaster with mediocre aptitude to undergo an astonishing transformation. Unfortunately, this path of cultivation is far more brutal than imagined, with too many Beastmasters trapped in the awakening realm for life. Just then, a cracking sound of breaking branches suddenly came from deep within the dense fog. Master, be careful, a monster is coming. Liu Li's wings suddenly unfurled. With a flash, she shielded Ji Yuxing. The mist gradually cleared, and a 2-meter-tall magic beast slowly emerged. It was similar in shape to a barbaric bone bull but entirely black, with beast eyes like copper bells flickering with bloodthirsty red light. Barbaric bone bull, magic, talent, elite 1-star, level, tier 2, power, 22, constitution, 21, spirit, 11, speed, 17, skill, wild bull charge. Seeing the attributes of the barbaric bone bull, Ji Yuxing couldn't help but frown. Encountering a tier 2 elite magic beast immediately upon entering the newbie trial space was truly bad luck. For an ordinary civilian 5-person team, this was almost a catastrophe. However, with Liu Li's legendary level guardian beast's formidable combat power, taking down this magic beast shouldn't be a problem. Liu Li! Leave it to me, master! The young girl's eyes burned with intense battle intent, her slender body exuding a tremendous aura. She had waited for this moment for so long. Judgment! With a clear shout, dazzling golden flames rose from Liu Li's palms, instantly coalescing into a giant 2-handed sword burning with holy flame. This is the inherent battle instinct of the angel race, a legacy engraved in their bloodline. The barbaric bone bull was enraged by this sudden aura. It pawed the ground with its hefty hooves, nostrils flaring with white steam, its copper bell-like eyes fixed on the tier 0 little figure before it. Moo! With a deafening roar, the barbaric bone bull launched its signature skill, Barbaric Charge, rushing forward like an out-of-control war chariot. But Liu Li remained motionless until the wild bull charged in front, swish. A perfect arc of golden light sliced through the mist. Time seemed to freeze at this moment. The barbaric bone bull maintained its charging stance yet collapsed thunderously behind Liu Li, its massive body neatly split in two. The judgment skills increased damage against the demon race, combined with the terrifying attributes of a legendary guardian beast, decided the battle's outcome in an instant. Soon after, a bright blue light rose from the barbaric bone bull's corpse and entered Liu Li's brow. Seeing this, Ji Yuxing immediately checked Liu Li's information. Divine Angel, Liu Li, talent, legendary 1-star, level, tier 1, power, 35, constitution, 34, spirit, 34, speed, 37, skills, judgment, increased damage to demon race, divine protection, immune to 1 fatal attack, blazing angel form, all attributes increase by 200%, song of the end, angel goes into a dormant phase after use, cultivation suggestions, light crystal, Holy Spirit marrow liquid, angel sacred blood. Just by killing a single tier 2 barbaric bone bull, Liu Li's level directly broke through to tier 1. At the same time, Ji Yuxing felt a buzz in his mind, and his spiritual power surged like a tide, his 5 senses becoming extraordinarily sharp. The level of a beast master is determined by the level of the guardian beast. At this moment, his level advanced to awakening tier 1. Then Ji Yuxing focused on Liu Li's various attributes. That's when he realized how terrifying a legendary talent guardian beast was. Even at just breaking through to tier 1, Liu Li's attributes had already utterly crushed the tier 2 barbaric bone bull. What was more terrifying is that this disparity would expand geometrically with level ups. Master! Ji Yuxing looked up at the sound, only to see Liu Li standing dazed by the barbaric bone bull's corpse, her slender fingers trembling slightly. When she turned around, crystalline tears were rolling down her cheeks. Did you see? Her voice carried a sob, yet shone with unprecedented brilliance. I really am not useless. Ji Yuxing understood Liu Li's feelings at this moment. For the past year, she had lived under the ridicule of others, and now she had finally shattered all doubts with her strength. He quickly walked up and gently embraced this petite figure. You've never been useless, you are an angel soaring in the sky. Liu Li buried her face deeply into her master's chest, her slender fingers clutching his clothes firmly. Those pent-up grievances and discontent now transformed into scorching tears, soaking through Ji Yuxing's clothes. Time seemed to slow down at this moment. When Liu Li finally lifted her head, the crystalline traces of tears had not yet dried, but the confusion and timidity in her eyes had vanished. In their place was a resolute brilliance like tempered steel. At this moment, the once timid girl had truly metamorphosed. Master, I'm fine now. Liu Li wiped away the tears at the corner of her eye. Let's seize the time to level up. Ji Yuxing nodded. With Liu Li's current strength, ordinary tier 3 magic beasts were already no match for her. Even tier 4 magic beasts could barely pose any threat. And once she broke through to tier 2, even some Tier 5 magic beasts would no longer be her opponents. Therefore, what now restricted their leveling speed wasn't the strength of the magic beasts, but how to quickly and accurately find the magic beast tracks in this mist-covered trial space. The entire newbie trial space spans dozens of square kilometers, with magic beasts evenly distributed within. More troublesome is that those high-tier magic beasts that offer rich experience are scarce to the point of pity. Chapter 7, Blazing Angel Form, Unleashed. Meanwhile, in the monitoring room of the trial space, the person in charge, Shufeng, was staring intently at the central fluorescent screen, his brow furrowing deeper and deeper. The screen displayed in real time the points data of all the trial takers and the potential rating calculated by the system based on the points. Is this the level of students from Lin Yuan City this year? He shook his head in disappointment, except for Chen Ziming barely reaching A class, others can't even make it to B class. Just as he was about to look away, he suddenly caught an unusual data point out of the corner of his eye. Ji Yuxing. The points behind this name were skyrocketing at an almost terrifying speed, 200. 500, 2000. Finally, in full view, it directly broke through the 5,000 mark. This? Shufeng's pupils suddenly contracted. To know that other students' highest scores barely reached a few hundred points, even Chen Ziming slightly over 2,000. Yet, this inconspicuous student scored 5,000 points. How is this possible? Shufeng slammed the table and stood up. Why is his points increasing speed so terrifying? The staff beside him cautiously said, could it be picking up a bargain? If he happened to be near 2 packs of beasts brawling. Clearly, such a saying couldn't convince Shufeng. Absurd. Shufeng sternly interrupted, bring me Ji Yuxing's information. The staff dared not delay, immediately retrieved Ji Yuxing's file and handed it to Shufeng. After checking the file, Shufeng's brows furrowed even deeper. Ji Yuxing contracted a guardian beast deemed as crippled. Why could he achieve such a dazzling achievement? But in the next moment, as if he thought of something, his pupils contracted. Could it be that Angel Guardian Beast has recovered? When this Angel-type Guardian Beast first appeared, it caused a huge stir in Lin Yuan City. Shufeng naturally had heard of it, but later after hearing of its unable to upgrade it effect, he lost his interest. And now, the terrifying potential Ji Yuxing displayed is clearly related to this Guardian Beast. The Guardian Beast once judged as crippled is highly likely to have fully recovered. On the screen, Ji Yuxing's points continued to climb. In the potential rating section, it had jumped to S class. Shufeng's hands began to tremble unconsciously. This level of genius already surpassed his decision-making authority. Quick! He turned to his assistant and sternly ordered, immediately notify the city lord. Divine Angel, Liu Li, qualification, legendary 1-star, level, awakening tier 3, power, 98, constitution, 96, spirit, 94, speed, 107, skills, judgment, increases damage to demon race creatures, divine protection, immune to 1 lethal attack, blazing angel form, all attributes increased by 200%, song of the end, put angel into a sleep period after use. After 3 hours of upgrading, Liu Li's level successfully reached awakening tier 3, infinitely close to awakening tier 4. And Liu Li's attributes were almost 3 times those of ordinary tier 3 guardian beasts. Beside Liu Li, golden arc flashed, and several elite tier 3 magic beasts attacking Liu Li were also split in half. In the next moment, Ji Yuxing's body trembled, and the spiritual power in his mind increased again. This also meant Liu Li's level reached awakening tier 4. There still aren't enough magic beasts here. Ji Yuxing made an inhuman sigh. However, for him, if there were more monsters, he and Liu Li could probably reach awakening tier 5 now. After all, for Liu Li now, eliminating these low-tier magic beasts consumed nothing at all. After dealing with the enemies, Liu Li shook her wings. Confirming she had no enemy blood on her, she leisurely walked over to Ji Yuxing's side. Master, during the battle just now, I noticed there seems to be a big one in the east. If my perception is correct, it should be an awakening tier 5 magic beast. Hearing this, Ji Yuxing immediately perked up. In the past 3 hours, he and Liu Li hadn't encountered a single awakening tier 5 guardian beast. Now finally seeing one. Liu Li, go, take it down. An awakening Tier 5 magic beast was enough for Liu Li's level to rise significantly. According to Liu Li's guidance, the two of them quietly approached. Indeed, it was an awakening Tier 5 magic beast, and its quality wasn't low. Bloodthirsty Tiger, Magic, Qualification, Excellent 9 stars, Level, Awakening Tier 5, Power, 71, Constitution, 74, Spirit, 52, Speed, 69, Skills, Blood Fury Bite, Fierce Tiger Pounce. Seeing the excellent qualification of the Tier 5 magic beast, Ji Yuxing couldn't help but click his tongue in surprise. Compared to those elite quality low-tier magic beasts, the attributes of this magic beast were much stronger. And due to the transformation, the strength of same-level magic beasts was generally stronger than guardian beasts. This is also one of the reasons why upgrading in alternate space is difficult. But as of now, facing this awakening Tier 5 magic beast, Ji Yuxing's confidence did not diminish. With Liu Li's attributes surpassing the 100 mark, facing this awakening Tier 5 magic beast. At most, it's just a matter of 2 swords. Just as Ji Yuxing and Liu Li quietly approached, they found that this magic beast was already being approached by others. Not right. Rather than being approached by others, it seemed this magic beast had found its own prey. In the deep valley below, Bloodthirsty Tiger was leading 3 awakening Tier 4 magic beasts, pushing a 5-person team to their desperate end. The strongest in this team was only a Tier 3 beast master, and now everyone looked pale. Captain! Captain! A team member trembled as they looked toward the girl in the center, their voice full of despair. Shen Ruoxue bit her lip, her knuckles turned white from clenching hard. Facing a plush lineup of 1 Tier 5 and 3 Tier 4, their newbie team couldn't even afford to run away. For those magic beasts, holding back on the kill was just enjoying the prey's wailing struggle. Listen. We might not get out of this valley. But even if we die, we must tear a piece off them. Focus all guardian beasts, attack the Tier 4 magic beast on the left. Even if we can't kill it, we must heavily injure it. UN. Understood. The 4 gritted their teeth, their voice carrying the fear of death. And the bloodthirsty tiger licked its fangs with its scarlet tongue, seemingly tired of this cat-and-mouse game. Roar, with a deafening roar, the 4 magic beasts suddenly lunged. The sharp howling of claws tearing through the air, Shen Ruoxue could even smell the bloody winds rushing in. Death, so close! Upon seeing this scene, Ji Yuxing no longer hesitated and immediately commanded Liu Li to take action. After all, the experience from these magic beasts was something he must have. Liu Li, activate Blazing Angel form. The situation was urgent, only Liu Li's doubled attributes Blazing Angel form could control the situation. And the moment Liu Li received Ji Yuxing's command, she released the shackles on her body. In an instant, the world changed. Chapter 8, The S-Class Potential Student. The crimson holy flame suddenly erupted, evaporating the grey mist within 100 meters, even scorching the air until it twisted and deformed. In Ji Yuxing's shocked gaze, an exquisite figure slowly rose from the flames. For wings burning with the holy flame fully spread, each feather flowing with brilliant golden divine patterns. Liu Li's originally clear eyes had now transformed into burning golden vertical pupils, resembling the flame empress from a myth. Under this divine pressure, the air in the entire valley seemed to solidify. Oh, 3 awakening Tier 4 magic beasts let out miserable whimpers, fearfully burying their heads deep into the earth. And although the bloodthirsty tiger was an awakening Tier 5, facing Liu Li's pressure directly, its status wasn't much better. Its pouncing motion came to an abrupt halt, and its massive body eerily hovered in mid-air. Those scarlet beast eyes contracted violently, reflecting a figure that made its soul tremble. Squad. Captain, is this a guardian beast? The youngest member of the team stammered, voice trembling. Shen Ruoxue's hand subconsciously clenched tight, her knuckles turning white from the pressure. She opened her mouth, her throat dry to the point of pain. It should be, I guess. Although even she couldn't accept this explanation herself. But in the newbie trial space, there were only the rookie beast masters and magic beasts like them. That sacred figure was clearly not the latter. Leaving only the utterly ridiculous possibility. She is a guardian beast. A guardian beast of a rookie beast master. In the shocked gazes of everyone, Liu Li's golden vertical pupils coldly swept over the prostrate magic beasts. The holy sword in her hand swayed casually. Three crimson sword lights sliced through the void. The three awakening tier for magic beasts didn't even have time to wail before their massive bodies neatly split in two. Holy flames ignited at the edges, instantly burning the remains to ashes. Roar! The bloodthirsty tiger let out a roar of despair, its body exploding with a final burst of ferocity. Liu Li merely raised her sword lightly. Whoosh! The trajectory of the holy sword left a scorching afterimage in the air. In the face of the power of a legendary-level guardian beast, the bloodthirsty tiger's proud sturdy body was like thin paper. Its pupils were frozen in terror, yet its body was already sliding along the smooth cut. Buzz, a basketball-sized blue orb rose from the remains of the bloodthirsty tiger, slowly merging into Liu Li's brow. When the final wisp of the holy flame dissipated into the air, the golden divine patterns around her faded like a tide, and the four burning wings transformed into specks of starlight and scattered. The figure that had been suspended in mid-air gently landed, but her footsteps seemed obviously unsteady. Although the blazing angel form could significantly enhance her attributes, its consumption was equally terrifying. At Liu Li's awakening tier 4 level, even exerting full effort could only last about 30 seconds. After confirming there was no danger, Liu Li tilted her head slightly, her gaze directed towards the shadow not far away. Shen Ruoxue and the others subconsciously held their breath, their gazes moving with Liu Li's. What kind of person would own such a powerful guardian beast? However, when that familiar figure stepped out from the shadows, everyone froze. Ji Yuxing. Shen Ruoxue's pupils contracted suddenly, her voice unintentionally rising by 8 octaves. As the captain of Beastmaster Class 3, she naturally recognized this usually low-key student. Just recently, she heard that this student had his guardian beast taken away, and she was indignant at the time. But now, Shen Ruoxue's gaze darted back and forth between Ji Yuxing and Liu Li, her mind nearly halting. When Ji Yuxing approached, he realized Liu Li had saved several familiar faces. Oh, Captain, what a coincidence! Coincidence! Shen Ruoxue responded mechanically. A student usually unremarkable in reputation now stands beside a legendary-level guardian beast capable of instantly defeating Tier 5 magic beasts. The incongruity was so intense it made her temples throb. Ji Yuxing nodded politely and indicated for Liu Li to leave. There was less than half an hour left. He must seize the remaining time to raise Liu Li's level to awakening Tier 5. Liu Li obediently followed, not forgetting to slightly bow towards the group before leaving. This action made the team members collectively gasp. As soon as Ji Yuxing's figure disappeared into the mist, the team members exploded. Damn! Captain, did you see that? When that guardian beast saluted, I almost kneeled. Wasn't Ji Yuxing robbed of his guardian beast? Why do I feel he's even stronger now? Honestly, I feel that the epic-level guardian beast Chen Ziming stole cannot compare to this one at all. During the assessment in 10 days, if we encounter Ji Yuxing, a member spoke timidly. Immediately surrender. The 5 spoke in unison. The city lord's mansion. Xiaoxiu stood respectfully to the side, his eyes with a hint of unease. In front of him, a middle-aged man dressed in a dark blue Zhongshan suit stood with his hands behind his back. Although the man's mouth wore a faint smile, it enveloped the entire hall in an invisible pressure. He was the head of the southern military region, the real authority, Wei Yuan. Wei, Commander, why did you come personally? Wei Yuan turned around, his gaze lingered on Xiaoxiu for a moment. This former soldier who had struggled under his command was now the lord of an entire city. Just came from Lanyang City, they had an A-class potential candidate this year, which is not bad. Though he said this, Xiaoxiu keenly noticed the flash of disappointment in Wei Yuan's eyes. As the highest official of the southern military region, Wei Yuan's personal inspection clearly intended to find truly top-tier talent. Obviously, he had found nothing so far. Commander Wei, the situation in Lin Yuan City this year might be similar to Lanyang City. Before the trials began, he had people meticulously check all participating candidates' information. Aside from the Chen family's wastrel contracting an epic-level enchanting demon, the talents of others' guardian beasts leave much to be desired. Wei Yuan sighed lightly, unable to conceal disappointment between his brows. Forget it, the summoning of guardian beasts ultimately depends on fate, and cannot be forced. He straightened his collar. I should go look in other cities. I'll escort you. As Xiaoxiu was about to do so, the city lord's assistant stumbled in. How improper. Xiao's expression darkened, feeling quite embarrassed in front of his former superior. How have you been taught? Be calm when faced with matters. The assistant realized the presence of the important figure in the hall, suddenly breaking into a cold sweat. But he couldn't care less, his voice shook with excitement. City Lord. In Lin Yuan City, an S-class potential student has appeared. What? Xiao's voice suddenly escalated, resonating in the quiet City Lord's mansion. Even Wei Yuan, who had previously appeared indifferent, quickly turned around with a surprised look. Chapter 9, Potential Rating, SSS. Inside the City Lord's mansion, the air seemed to freeze for a moment. One must know that in the entire Southern War Zone, there are only a few dozen talents with S-class potential. And in a border town like Lin Yuan City, such potential talent hasn't appeared for years. Chief Wei, shall we take a look? Seeing Wei Yuan clearly intrigued, Xiao tentatively suggested. Wei Yuan's deep eyes flickered with brilliance. He adjusted the collar of his Zhongshan suit and said in a low voice, "Let's go." The City Lord's assistant dared not delay, immediately bowing forward to lead the way. However, little did they know, the monitoring room was already in an uproar. This is impossible. This score, is it a hack? Why did the score jump so much in an instant? Did he clear out the magic beast's lair? Are these points really achievable by a newbie beast master? Could it be a malfunction of the instruments? Xu Feng stared at the monitoring screen intently, the coffee cup in his hand already tipped, brown liquid dripping onto his polished leather shoes unnoticed. The striking number on the screen felt like a heavy hammer pounding his heart. First place, Ji Yuxing 25,000 points, while the second place, Chen Ziming, was still stuck at a pitiable 3,000 points. More suffocating was the fact that Ji Yuxing's score continued to rise at a stunning pace. The highest record over the past decade was only 3,500 points. Xu Feng murmured to himself, his Adam's apple involuntarily rolling. His gaze slowly moved to the potential rating column, his pupils suddenly contracting. Potential rating, SSS, the three gold-foiled characters shimmered brightly on the screen, hurting the eyes. Inside the trial space, Liu Li's snow-white wings were stained with the fresh blood of magic beasts, the corpses at her feet forming a small mountain. A suffocating stench permeated the air, the thick blood even pooling into tiny streams on the ground. Master, they've learned. Liu Li stood with her sword across, shielding Ji Yuxing behind her. Her breath was slightly rapid, yet the hand holding the sword remained steady as a rock. Ji Yuxing squinted his eyes towards the valley entrance. Dozens of different types of magic beasts unprecedentedly formed a coalition, barring all escape routes with gnashing teeth. Although most were merely some Tier 2, Tier 3 low-tier magic beasts, the gathering of dozens of magic beasts still made a mighty presence. Seems they're afraid of being slain by us. Over the past half hour, he and Liu Li had been slaughtering almost frantically. In the end, the remaining magic beasts were forced to unite, luring the two into this valley. Ji Yuxing raised his hand to look at the timer. Remaining time, 3 o'clock, only 3 minutes were left. Just right, now we don't have to search, Liu Li. Understood. Over this period of battle, the tacit understanding between the two rapidly increased. Now, without Ji Yuxing speaking, Liu Li could infer Ji Yuxing's thoughts. Blazing angel form, release. Golden streaks instantly climbed all over Liu Li's body, for dazzling wings of light breaking through. Judgment. Blinding white light swept through the valley like a tide, as beast cries resounded throughout. When the last Tier 5 magic wolf's head flew high, dazzling gold light suddenly burst around Liu Li, awakening Tier 5, achieved. Next to her, Ji Yuxing immediately checked Liu Li's various attributes. Divine Angels, Liu Li, Talent, Legendary 1-star, Level, Awakening Tier 5, Power, 148, Constitution, 150, Spirit, 142, Speed, 153, Skills, Judgment, Damage to demon race creatures increased, Divine Protection, Immune to 1 fatal attack, Blazing Angel Form, All Attribute Enhancement 200%, Song of the End. Angels enter dormant phase after use, Cultivation Suggestions, use Light Crystal, Holy Spirit Marrow Liquid, Angel Sacred Blood to enhance Guardian Beast Talent, The Horrors of the Little Angel's legendary level talent finally began to show at this moment. Although the level is merely Awakening Tier 5, Liu Li's attribute values already crushed ordinary Awakening Tier 7 and 8 Guardian Beasts. Ji Yuxing gazed at the cultivation suggestions column on the system interface. He had a hunch that as long as he found the light crystal, Holy Spirit marrow liquid, and angel sacred blood, Liu Li's talent would see a leap in enhancement. Just that. Even the largest guardian beast shop in Lin Yuan City doesn't have news of these three materials. Ji Yuxing chuckled bitterly, shaking his head. He had previously researched the data. At the top-tier auction in Longxia country, a partially incomplete light crystal was auctioned for a sky-high price. And the light crystal Liu Li needs must be a complete whole piece. As for Holy Spirit marrow liquid and angel sacred blood, even the Beast Taming Association's records in Longxia country only have vague mentions. Cultivation of legendary talent is indeed beyond the reach of ordinary people. Ji Yuxing sighed softly. Even with a golden fingertip, clearly knowing the path of evolution, at this moment he could only sigh with regret. However, Ji Yuxing was not troubled. When the boat reaches the pierhead, it will go straight. Someday, he would surely collect the materials needed to complete Liu Li's first cultivation. At this time, the turbulent energy around Liu Li finally calmed down. She instinctively wanted to approach Ji Yuxing, but froze in the instant of stepping. The snow-white wings were covered with dark red stains of blood, the skirt still dripping thick liquid. "Ua?" The little angel wrinkled her delicate nose, disdainfully surveying herself. With a soft snort, crimson gold holy flame ignited from her fingertip, flowing like water all over her body. The filthy blood stains vanished into green smoke upon contact with the flame, not leaving a trace. Ensuring each feather returned to purity, Liu Li then nodded with satisfaction, stepping lightly to Ji Yuxing's side. "Master, should we leave?" Liu Li gently tugged on Ji Yuxing's sleeve, her small face slightly wrinkled as she glanced around. This blood-soaked valley indeed made one unwilling to stay longer. Ji Yuxing looked down at the timer. At the moment it ticked to 0. The next moment, a solemn mechanical voice echoed throughout the trial space. "This newbie trial formally ends, instructing all participants to prepare for departure. In 10 seconds, everyone in this space will be transported back to Lin Yuan City together. Countdown starting now, hold on to me." Ji Yuxing naturally grasped Liu Li's small hand. 10, 9, 3, 2, 1, the blinding white light swallowed the entire world. When Ji Yuxing opened his eyes, familiar outlines of Lin Yuan City's plaza met his sight. Before he could fully adapt to the dizziness post-transportation, he realized his surroundings were already filled with excited staff members. Leading them was Xu Feng swiftly approaching. The trial manager, who usually didn't smile, was now full of delight. "Student Ji Yuxing, your performance in the newbie trial was truly astonishing. The city lord specially instructed to invite you for a meeting." Ji Yuxing was momentarily stunned, quickly understanding that his performance in the newbie trial space must have caught the city lord's attention. He had predicted such an outcome before, so he did not decline. "All right." Chapter 10, Chen Ziming's Madness. When Ji Yuxing's figure disappeared at the end of the square, the other participants were gradually transported back. When Chen Ziming appeared in the center of the square holding the enchanting demon, he was immediately surrounded by a group of flattering students. "Young Master Chen, surely you're the first in this trial, right? An epic-level guardian beast is truly unparalleled. I bet young Master Chen scored at least 3,000 points. Such a score would easily rank first in past years. 3,000 points? Wouldn't that mean the potential evaluation is close to S-class? We're witnessing history here." Listening to these compliments, Chen Ziming's smile almost reached his ear. He tightened his embrace of the enchanting demon, his fingers restlessly caressing her waist. Originally, he was always known as a playboy in Lin Yuan City. But ever since he contracted this epic-level guardian beast, he not only shook off the label of idle wastrel but also received praises wherever he went. Thinking of this, he felt even more satisfied with the enchanting demon in his arms. "Maya," he whispered in her ear, "I'll reward you well tonight. Tomorrow, I'll take you to alternate space to level up." Upon hearing this, the enchanting demon immediately blushed, her long eyelashes quivering as they lowered. "I'll do whatever Brother Ziming says." This coquettish appearance made Chen Ziming feel hot all over, wishing he could take her home right away. But looking at the yet-to-be-announced score list, he suppressed his urge. After all, this was the moment of glory he couldn't miss, with every eye on him reaching the top. It's worth noting, Chen Ziming worked painstakingly for this trial. He not only relied on the power of the enchanting demon but also secretly spent a fortune to hire a 5-man team. This team specifically handled severely injuring the magic beasts to near death, leaving him to deliver the final blow. At this moment, feeling the awakening Tier 4 power within, Chen Ziming smirked triumphantly. This cunning method may be despised by some, but its effect was indeed remarkable. Not only did his level soar, but his points also increased significantly. Look! The rankings are being announced! With an exclamation, the entire square erupted in excitement. All eyes instantly focused on the large screen in the center of the square. The rankings slowly appeared, starting from the last place. Rank 187, Zhong Wei, points 85, potential evaluation D. Rank 163, Li Na, points 112, potential evaluation D. The crowd occasionally erupted in cheers or sighs. As the list scrolled to the top 10, the square's atmosphere grew increasingly tense. The announcement of the top 10 was clearly different, with each name lingering, accompanied by special sound effects. Rank 10, Wang Hao, points 890, potential evaluation B. Rank 9, Liu Fang, points 902, potential evaluation B. In the center of the square, Chen Ziming confidently embraced the enchanting demon, his smile radiating assurance of victory. Flattering compliments rang from all around. Young Master Chen will surely be in first place this time. No kidding, who other than young Master Chen has the capability to take first place? Chen Ziming enjoyed the adulation, playfully twirling the enchanting demon's hair with his fingers, already envisioning the scene of receiving the City Lord's commendation. However, did I see wrong? Why is young Master Chen's name second? This voice, like a clap of thunder, shattered Chen Ziming's dreams. He turned abruptly, staring at the glaring data on the screen. Rank 2, Chen Ziming, points 4100, potential evaluation A. This is impossible. Chen Ziming's features twisted in shock, his voice altered. Second. How could he be second? Points, such a score already set a historical record in Lin Yuan City. How could he still be second? Chen Ziming's eyes turned red, staring fiercely at the large screen in the center of the square. Who? Who took his first place? The enchanting demon in Chen Ziming's arms was equally rigid. She had been watching the list with a purpose, to find her former master's rank, whom she had abandoned. Yet, from the last to the second, she never found that familiar name. This situation sank her heart to rock bottom. In the next moment, a terrible guess chilled her to the bone. Could Ji Yuxing be first? The enchanting demon immediately shook her head, trying to dismiss the absurd possibility from her mind. No way. Absolutely no way. The person contracted a crippled angel. She couldn't possibly lose to such defective goods. But often, the more one fears something, the more likely things turn that way. Under everyone's attention, the first place slowly unveiled. Rank 1, Ji Yuxing, points for 4300, potential evaluation SSS. The moment this ranking was revealed, the whole square seemed to explode like a bomb. Oh my god! Ji Yuxing's score is 44,003. 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, it's truly a 5-digit number. SSS class potential? Is this a human cheat code? Amidst the rising astonished cries, Chen Ziming stood frozen as if struck by lightning. He stared at those two numbers, vs for 1,100. A whole tenfold difference. How could this be? With bloodshot eyes, veins bulging on his fingers, Chen Ziming gripped a staff member's shoulder. Cheating. This must be cheating. His voice rasped like sandpaper. 40,000 points. What a joke! The staff member calmly brushed off his hand, their voice dangerously steady. This score has been personally verified by the City Lord. Are you questioning the City Lord's judgment, young Master Chen? This statement was like a bucket of ice water poured over him. Chen Ziming staggered back 2 steps, his ears buzzing. The surrounding gazes felt like countless sharp knives, piercing him all over. Hets ha ha. He suddenly smirked manically, his nails digging into his palms. I get it. That poor wretch must have used the 20 million my father gave to hire people and rig the scores. By now, Chen Ziming had completely lost his rationality, his handsome face twisted into a nearly sinister expression, the veins on his forehead pulsing with his rapid breaths. Just thinking of the impoverished boy he once stepped on, now using the Chen family's donation of 20 million to humiliate him, made the fury in his chest burn him to nearly ashes. Ji Yuxing. Do you think using my family's money will let you beat me? He fiercely grabbed the enchanting demon's wrist, nearly crushing the slender bone. The enchanting demon gasped in pain but dared not resist, stumbling as she was dragged along. Now! Immediately! Chen Ziming, eyes bloodshot, was like a rabid beast. I want to hire the top-notch demon hunting team. 10 squads aren't enough, then 20. In 10 days at the academy assessment, I will make that waste kneel before me and beg. His voice echoed across the square, drawing countless astonished looks. But Chen Ziming no longer cared about his image, his mind filled only with a single thought, at all costs, to crush Ji Yuxing completely. The enchanting demon trotted along with him, but as she turned, caught sight of that shining name on the square screen, Ji Yuxing, SSS class. A thought suddenly swept through her mind. Looking back, was her choice really the right one?